Hi, hello, good day, everyone. Who is here? Let me see who is in the comments. Hi, Mikhail. Hi, Kenelia. Hi, Ladonia. Who else is on live? All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, all. Welcome back to another live on our YouTube channel. The last time we went live, I believe, was the last election. Debates. Here we are back again for yet another debate to see who our 2024-2025 executive body will be. Here we are to hear their manifestos, hear what they have to bring to the table, and offer us the UWIAS fam for the upcoming year. Okay, so far some just procedures before we start the election process. The listing is in the description as well. We'll be going by the order of EAC, then PRO, then Treasurer, then General Secretary, Vice President, and President. In between each speech, after each speech, each category or each position, there will be a Q&A section open to the wider audience. They will be asked one question by the executive member, the current exec in the position, and around 5 questions from the audience. So come and cheer on all your candidates. Get ready to have fun. Get ready to hear everyone has to offer. Okay, before we start, let's just pick up some of the few people in our comment section. Mikhail, Kenelia, Ladonia, Chenille, Brianna. Hi all. Let's go. First up, our first candidate. Ooh. Before we start election, guys, I'm just carrying our current Vice President, Chanel Mundell, to tell you more. She has something to share with you. Let's go, Chanel.
Okay. First of all, good evening. Thanks, Jamila. First of all, I just want to take the time out to personally thank each of you for volunteering yourselves to be a part of the 2024-2025 UWI Actuarial Society Executive Body. This is no easy feat, you guys. You guys are going to have a lot of responsibilities. But I know that all of you will work together for the betterment of the club, right? And just to say, even if you don't get elected for the position that you're currently vying for, just know that the mere fact that you are willing to put yourself up is just another testament to the fact that we have an amazing family here within the UWI Actuarial Society. That being said, I just wanted to invite all of you here, both our nominees and the persons watching our live stream, to come to our UWI Actuarial Society Annual Awards Dinner. And as you guys know, the date that we have in mind is May 11th, 2024. Not the date that we have in mind. The date that this will be happening is May 11th, 2024. Right? And guys, since COVID, the occurrence of this dinner has been halted. And so this, our 14th staging, promises to be an amazing experience. You guys have seen our price list. You know, it's $4,000 for members, $4,500 for the early bird tickets, $5,000 for regular students, $10,000 for lecturers, associates, alumni, $15,000 for fellows in the actuarial community. And so you see, guys, it's just cheap prices, right? So it's going to be an amazing experience. The team and I have been putting in a lot of work to ensure that it will be an amazing experience. I feel like I've said amazing experience about 10 million times now, but I promise it's going to be so funny, guys. It's going to be so fun and amazing. And plus, it's the day after exams. Who doesn't want to relax on the day after exams, okay? And I promise you, this is the best avenue to spend the day after exams to relax and so yeah, it's gonna be amazing. You can get your tickets from anybody on the executive body, and again, guys, just come out. It's gonna be amazing. We've been putting in the work, and just show up. It's gonna be fun. Thank you. Back to you, Jamila.
Okay, guys, so you have heard it here. You have heard it from Chanel. The UWI Actuarial Society Awards ceremony. It is on in full circle. So if you're not buy a ticket yet, buy a ticket because you do not wish to miss it. Our first candidate for this speech is Miss Orvian Brown. Please applaud her as she joins you to tell you why she should be our next External Affairs Chairperson.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Orvian Brown, and I'm vying for the position of External Affairs Person. Now, I am currently serving as the Deputy External Affairs Chairperson for the academic year 2023-2024, and throughout my tenure as the Deputy EAC, I have learned a lot, and I have learned how to actually manage the role of the External Affairs Chairperson. Also, I am someone who is honest, disciplined, goals oriented, and I've always had a passion for serving others and making a meaningful difference in the community. Whether it's through participation in donation drive, creating and distributing care packages, as well as visiting different homes. I've constantly sought the opportunity to contribute to initiatives aimed at improving the lives of others. And this passion, therefore, has fueled me to want to take on this leadership role in the UWI Actuarial Society, where I can further leverage my skills and enthusiasm to advocate for the interest of our members and the wider community. Yes. So I would say vote for me. I have a true and deep passion for helping others and improving the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Orvian. Up next, we will have Khalil Mitchell.
All right. Hi, everyone. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Khalil Mitchell, and I'm vying for the position of External Affairs Chairperson for the upcoming academic year. So, as everyone knows, the External Affairs Chairperson's duties are to plan and coordinate volunteer projects and other events that raise awareness of the club among the general public. Just this past Monday, I was speaking with another first-year student in the faculty when he asked me what degree I'm pursuing. Naturally, I responded with actuarial science, to which he then expressed that he thought there were only 5 persons currently studying it. I say this to say that Many people do not perceive actuarial science as a possible career choice, since as of right now, it is not as popular as other career paths like computer science and engineering, for example. Thus, as ASC, I find it logical to return some focus to school visitations. With this strategic initiative, it is easy to recognize that early exposure to actuarial science would have an impact on younger students' career and educational goals. By engaging with students at different levels of education, we can have a profound impact on the upcoming actuaries. Moreover, I also think that there should be some focus placed on some feedback tools. So, if elected, I plan to implement feedback mechanisms to gather information from club members as well as both internal and external partners regularly through surveys and potentially suggestion boxes. This would allow us to assess the effectiveness of our strategies and identify potential areas for improvement. These, along with overseeing the already well implemented projects and events, such as the 5K runs, street feeding initiatives, and beach cleanup activities, and the various on campus activities, contribute significantly to fostering community engagement. Moreover, these would help us to help you and the wider community to strive for excellence, maximize their competence, and to embrace the experience. Vote Khalil. Thank you.
Thank you, Khalil. Okay, now we have the Q&A session with myself, open to the audience, the two candidates for the position, and our current external affairs chairperson, Lamar. Camera on, please. You can go ahead, Lamar.
Good afternoon, guys. It's a pleasure to have you. Ronnie, you hearing me, by the way?
Yes.
All right, great. It's a pleasure to have you guys, Ronnie. All right, so my first question goes out to both candidates, right? I know you guys have big plans. So if it's a case where you have to, you know, drop something off of the plans that you have, what would it be?
Okay, I guess I'll go first. So if there's anything I had to drop off, it would probably be the suggestion boxes. Because I think that feedbacks, they can be given verbally, so I don't think that would necessarily be needed. If I had to drop anything off, it would be that.
All right, sounds good.
As it relates to dropping off an initiative or project, I would think, well, I guess the same thing as Khalil would be the suggestion box because um, persons might not use it that much, as well as it can be done through a forms or a Google Forms or some other platform so that persons can still give their suggestions.
All right, all right, guys. And I'd like, well, Randa, my question goes to Orvian, right? So you would have been the deputy EAC this year. So based on that, what are some of the things that you think you could have improved on?
Okay, so through my experience, things that I think that could have been improved one, I would say, I think for some of the initiative, I think coming up with like a more prepared or organized time frame to decide, okay, this event is to be done on this day, and set aside, I don't know, a certain period prior to that to what each thing would need to like each thing that would need to be done, and have like a checklist so that it's easier for planning, so that things get done on time, as well as I think better planning of the different initiatives that we have, so that everything that is planned actually gets executed.
All right. Khalil, I'd like to ask what motivates you to run for this position.
Well, what motivates me? Well, I haven't really been in any leadership positions, or really put myself in the position to really get into any. But now I feel like it's the time. Also, I see the impact that you and other uh, persons in leadership position can have on the wider community. So I see it now as a good opportunity for me to do that while also developing myself.
Thank you. Thank you for the questions, Lamar. For the both candidates, a part of the EAC role is to build communication or assist students in developing who they are and to increase their service and build integration amongst the U actual society community. How do you think you can do so?
Okay, I'll start. As it relates to building the community, specifically certain initiatives that could be implemented would be, I think, I was thinking of during like maybe the week of like mental health week, having a seminar focused for, so during our meeting time we would have I guess speaker, they would speak specifically on mental health and stress, because I feel like many persons who are doing this degree, most of our members consist of persons doing actuarial science or math or finance, which in itself can be very hectic. And I think so being so having like seminars focused on helping persons manage it, so through mentorship and learning how to manage their mental health, to ensure that throughout the university process they're actually doing well. Can you repeat the second half of the question, please?
It was just to see how you would carry the community together and encourage them to volunteer and participate more and develop themselves.
Okay. As it relates, I think promoting the benefits of actually volunteering. So we could do like persons who have actually volunteered, how it has helped them, or it's benefited them. Also highlighting the EAC points that you get from voluntary service, which is a part of our membership, to be a part, to be considered a member. Um, yeah, voluntary hours are voluntary service that they can provide.
Okay, thank you for your response, Orvian. Now the floor is open for the candidates to ask each other questions. We will start with Orvian. You can now ask your fellow candidate a question.
I'm not sure if I have any questions at this moment, so I guess he can go first.
So, Orvian, you said before that This year, stuff could have been organized more, better. So how do you plan to do better if you're elected this year?
Okay, so in terms of planning, what I would plan, well, what I would do would, okay, so we would already get an outline of the all the activities for the year and implement clearly the EAC activities that we'll be planning the year, as well as a tentative date that we hope to do these things. Therefore, then you do research in terms of how long would it take to say create care packages or to do a donation drive or to do a street feeding or whatever other initiative that is planned for the year, and allocate different tasks. So maybe reaching out to sponsors, letters on when they would need to be sent off, and what is it that we would need, posters, etc. So planning those out, having a direct outline, and working with, if I'm elected, working with my, I guess, my deputy EAC to plan these events, get them done, and wherever I would get the help from the fellow executive members. So a question to you is, what are some initiatives that you would hope to do if you are elected as the EAC?
Okay, as I said before, one of the most important ones I think would be the school visitations. So going into high schools, primary and prep schools, educating the younger students about their possibilities, specifically actuarial science, because as I said, it's not as popular as other fields. So I think that's very important in bringing more students. Also, the other activities, such as the street feeding, I think those are good. If we could do more, that would be great. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Now we will go to questions from the audience. I am looking on YouTube. Our moderator, Mikhail, our current PRO, is also looking in the chat on YouTube. Are there any questions from the audience? A question from our PRO. Khalil, have you previously been involved in any outreach activities outside of a club? If not, what motivates you to run for this position?
Thank you for that question, Mikhail. So I have not previously been involved in any outreach activities, whether in or outside of a club. But I'm motivated now to do that because as I said before, I've seen the impact that these initiatives and these outreach activities can have on the wider community, and and I feel that I can also benefit from it personally. So that's what motivates me.
Thank you. Are there any other questions for the candidates at this time? Okay. So there goes our EAC candidates for the 2024-2025 elections. Please choose well. Up next, thank you, Khalil. Up next are the persons for PRO and, yeah, sorry guys, sorry. Oh my God. Oh my God, you know, at this point, at this point in time, this is giving club vibes. Hi, Mikhail. Hi, Mikhail. Okay, let's add in our candidates for the role of PRO. Please welcome Mohita to the stage. Hi, Mohita.
Hi. Hi. Hi, everyone.
Go
Okay.
ahead, Mohita.
Okay, so can everyone smile for the camera, please? I joke. Okay, so good afternoon, UWIAS executive members, fellow nominees, and most importantly, my UWIAS members. I am so honored and deeply honored and grateful for the trust that you placed in me by nominating me for the 2024-2025 Public Relations Officer. It really is my privilege to step into this role and really work alongside all of you to amplify UEAS's impact and reach. So as a PRO, my vision is very clear. It's about connectivity and ensuring that every member's voice is not just heard, but also very, very valued. So, having served as the Publications Committee Chairperson on the 2023 to 2024 executive body, I've had the opportunity to immerse myself in the dynamics of the club and also learning from my predecessor and contributing to the collective legacy that we have as a club. So, looking ahead, I'm really excited to share my plans for the upcoming academic year. We'll start by implementing a comprehensive content calendar designed to keep our members engaged, informed, and ensuring that our executive body is on track as well. Weekly challenges on social media, which will foster a sense of community and fun and engagement. And we'll also do monthly highlights, whether it's most involved member or highest GP or something like that, something that really highlights our members and really puts them on the bigger stage so that we can have connectivity and we can also have a sort of branding where we're also going to showcase any achievements that they've had inside the UE campus or outside and stuff. But we're not going to stop there. We're also committed to strengthening our connections both within our family and beyond. So we'll also reach out to alumni, tapping into their expertise and networks to enrich all of our experiences. We'll also be leveraging platforms like LinkedIn to elevate our professional branding and also expand our reach. Our online presence is also very, very crucial. So I will try my best and with my subcommittee, revamp our website to serve as a hub of information and opportunities and latest industry insights or exclusive member resources such as with coaching actuaries and such. And we will be dedicated to providing value with every click. So our success really hinges on the members' participation. So through the website, I'm also planning on implementing an avenue where members can share their thoughts and ideas like a blog or also an article of the month or something like that. So opinion pieces or anything like that, we want to be able to showcase that. So to show that your voices matter and you guys deserve to be heard. So in conclusion, being a PRO is not just a title, it is a commitment to fostering a certain sort of connection, amplifying voices, and driving a positive change within our community. So together, I am very confident that we can elevate our actuarial society to new heights and create a legacy or build the legacy that we already have and we can all be proud of. Thank you for your trust, your support, your dedication to making the Actuarial Society the vibrant community it is today. Let's embark on this journey together. Once again, Momo for PRO, smile for me, smile every day, and wishing you all the best. Thank you. Yes. Why can't I hear? Wait. I can't hear. Jamila, are you speaking?
Listen, hon, I am trying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
This is my first time live. Yes, Mikhail, you said she come in for your role.
Yes,
Come for your job. Oh my gosh. Okay, what questions do you have for our PRO candidate.
Okay. Hey, Mohita.
Again.
So, so having been the PCC for this year, and you have pretty much had first-hand experience of the whole how everything works. What would you say are some of the challenges that you faced this year, and what are the strategies that you would employ to overcome those in the upcoming school year?
Okay, so the main issue that I found was really the timeline of like delivering posters or promoting certain things, right? That's why I think the main strategy is to really have that robust calendar, not the one for the executive body, one specifically for public relations. Like when are we going to like a content calendar. When are we going to publish a certain poster? When are we going to publish a certain highlight or reel or something like that? That really keeps us on track. And by having a subcommittee and each person focused on a certain part, like let's say a content strategist focuses on creating that calendar, like let's say on Friday we're going to post, you know, fun Fridays or throwback Thursdays or something. And then we have a camera person that really focuses on capturing those videos and those pictures, and then we have an editor. So we all come together and put them, you know, put them together and really deliver on time and as efficiently as possible. So yeah, that's that.
Okay. Thank you, Mohita. And last question. You mentioned a lot of really, really great initiatives, and I can't wait to see them come through. But if things happen, and if it's the case where you don't get to fulfill all of the things on your manifesto, what is one thing that you definitely want to do, and why?
Okay. So the one thing I really, really want to do is really the professional branding, because we are an established society for a really long time, and I think we need to take it to another level where we need to be more recognized by, let's say, the Caribbean Actuarial Association or the bigger actuarial bodies, seeing that we're a student-led club. So again, using our LinkedIn to really connect with our alumni and the wider platform, and posting a lot of our things on LinkedIn specifically, posting a lot of our achievements, posting our members' achievements, so that they get opportunities for jobs, or opportunities for presentations, opportunities for sharing their ideas with the wider community. So that's definitely something that has to be a focus.
Okay, great, great. Thank you so much, Mahita. That's it from me. Over to you, Jamila.
Okay, Mohita, so being on the exec this year, you may have come in and seen with a lot of initiatives that we have to do. There are times that we call on our PRO to get something the same day, to put out some kind of graphic. How do you intend to manage the role of PRO along with your other responsibilities?
Okay. So you were saying that we always need a lot of on the spot things, right? So I think having the efficient subcommittee as well is definitely going to help. Someone who is somebody on our team who's ready all the time to be posting, not posting but making graphics or something like that, having templates ready so that we can just put in some words and send them out. And also, again, it all comes down to having a clear, organized schedule, having project management, like risk management things as well. We're all actuaries, right? So, we've been working with all of that. So, having a backup for a backup for a backup, ensuring that we're going on track, so that if there is anything that needs to be done on the moment, we can always say, okay, all of our other initiatives or all of our other things that are in progress are on track, so we can always have the time to accommodate this request. But yeah, that's that.
Thank you, Mohita. Any questions from the audience? No, I really asked a question. I realized I was not so comfortable. I still not am, but this is still UWIAS fam. So we're going to do it the UWIAS way. You say that everybody is so confident in our candidates, and you believe that they're going to do the most exceptional ideas, and they're going to come out with everything. That you have no question, not at all, nothing for Mohita. No, sir. Okay, see there, it was said, guys, our VP says she has no question. Any other comments? No question for me either. God, we're confident. The exec is looking good for the upcoming year, man. It's looking real good, real good. Okay, thank you, Moiva. It seems there are no further questions for you. All the best.
Thank you. Bye, Mikhail.
Up next are our candidates for the role of treasurer. But before we go there, let's get some Axai spirit in the comments. How are you guys feeling today? I want look a color, look a one side Axai, look at something. How are you guys feeling today? Anna says she has been rude. Hi, Anna. Welcome to our live. It's only Anna answering no. Where's the Axai spirit in the comment? No comments, no one side Axai. Where is our spirit? Hi guys, let's go. We will be taking a short break to show you an advertisement. If I can carry it up. Okay, I'll do it after treasure. I can't carry it up. Yes, Anna. See the Anna in the comments with the energy. Yes, Anna. Yes, Cornelia. Yes, Chanel. Yes. No, this is the spirit. This is the spirit. This is the spirit. Up next are candidates for the role of treasurer, the role that talks about our club funds, the role that plans for our fundraising activity, make sure that we have money to do all the big activities that we want to do for all our club giveaways, for all our projects, and everything Axai related. They will now tell you what their plans are. Up first is Miss Cornelia Bailey.
Good afternoon. My name is Cornelia Bailey. I'm a first-year actuarial science student at UWI, and I'm running for your treasurer for the year 2024 to 2025. So my past leadership skills include I was the president for the math club, the vice president for the engineering club, and also the event coordinator for the robotics club at Glenmuir. And this year at UWI, I am the event planner for the fundraising subcommittee for Axai. And yes, so these leadership position has taught me about leading organization and also teamwork, which is essential for all exec bodies. And so as treasurer, I'm committed to upholding the highest, sorry. Now turning to the responsibilities of the treasurer position, I fully understand the importance of maintaining accurate financial records, providing sound financial advice, and spearheaded fundraising initiatives. As treasurer, I am committed to upholding the highest ethical standards for ensuring transparency in all financial matters. I am ready to diligently fulfill my responsibilities. So my plans could include, we could sell like the club merches, we could have the armbands, hats, umbrellas, and water bottles with our logo on it. And I'll also be continuing our slushies and bake sale that we did last year when I was a part of the fundraising subcommittee. And we could do it every month or every 2 months because it's easy to plan and execute. It's easy to plan and execute, and it makes a lot of money. And we can also do our car wash, movie night, and a sip and paint. So looking ahead, I'm excited about the opportunity to further contribute to our actuarial society success. If elected as treasurer, I'm eager to leverage my skills and enthusiasm to support our organization's financial health and facilitate its growth and development. Additionally, as the upcoming CAC of the Mercy Hall and aspiring treasurer for my club, I am well prepared to navigate the responsibilities of this role efficiently. In conclusion, I am deeply interested in the success of our actual society and ready to serve as treasurer with dedication and integrity. Thank you for considering me for this role.
Thank you, Kenelia. Up next is Mr. Smith. Let's go, Bradley.
Good evening, everyone. Uh, I am very honored to be nominated for this position as treasurer of UWI Actuarial Society. My name is Bradley Smith, and I'm very excited to, to take on this responsibility of our beloved club. In my career path as in statistics and data analysis, I am not limited to financial. I am not limited to financial work. Um, Seeing this position that requires logical thinking and management of funds. This would help be a good cornerstone for evaluating data and and budgets. For my manifesto for fostering funds for the future, I have three F segments that I'd like to discuss. Firstly, forward thinking financial management. This is to help the club in understanding the importance of budgeting and strategizing for upcoming events using the funds wisely to meet our weekly and monthly objectives. Secondly, funds transparency. I will show the executive members and club members alike the importance of funds so that we can do our activities and have a successful year. And lastly, funds innovation. This will be this will be uh, collaborating with other members to create initiatives that will generate revenue and engage not only our clubmates and people other outside the campus. Speaking of funds in innovation, this year I was uh, this year I was tasked with the responsibility of generating funds. I mean, tasked with the responsibility of dues collector. Although it's been I've collected a good amount of dues, I've noticed that there's been an apathy towards collecting dues from people, and I would like to mitigate that by showing the importance of giving dues to the club, incentivizing, like rewarding people that regularly gives dues, and acknowledging challenges that people have in paying dues and working with them individually. In conclusion, money cannot buy happiness, but it has helped our club for the past, present, and future, and it's an important factor that keeps our club going. And if you vote for me for treasurer, I would make sure to work with passion, integrity, and dedication. Thank you.
Thank you, Bradley. Again, I remind the candidates, the executive members, to please have your cameras up and ready and on. The first question comes from our current treasurer, Miss Brianna Bogle.
Okay, good day, guys. Hi, Bradley. Hi, Cornelia. First and foremost, I just want to thank you guys for wanting to vie for this position. And you guys have been doing well so far. I just have one quick question for Cornelia first. Given that you are part of my fundraising committee, were you saying something? And then, one moment, please.
While Brianna situates her stuff, you ready?
Okay, so sorry about that. Yes, as I was saying, congratulations, guys, on running for the position of treasurer. It is a huge task, but I know you guys, well, whichever one of you guys win the position, I know you guys will do an extremely good job. So, my first question for Cornelia. So, you were a part of my fundraising, well, both of you guys are a part of my fundraising committee. And while you guys did a very good job, you guys are cooperative and all of that. What is one thing you learned about being a part of the fundraising committee, being a part of UAS executive body? What's one thing? Well, better yet, not learn. What is one, let me see, one good thing that you guys got from being a part of the committee? If you understand what I'm asking. I'm not hearing you.
I'm sorry. Hi, Brianna. So one good thing that I got was I learned how to work with people and how the division of labor makes it way easier. So instead of one or two persons doing it, you split up the task and everybody gets a task. So it's easier to like plan events.
Okay, and what is one thing that you would have that you think you could have done better? Say, for example, you were the president in my post. What's one thing you think you could have done better? Or if you get this position going forward, what's one thing you think you will definitely do better?
All right. So the problem that I saw, or the thing that needed to be improved, was with choosing the different events that we were supposed to have. So I think it would be better to have like a calendar of the fundraising ideas at the beginning of the year. So in September, you would have like everything that you would do, this set calendar, so that we know that in say December we're going to have this sale and in January we're going to have this social.
No, but we had that though. We had that, and I shared it at the beginning of everything. And I
Yep.
asked you guys for additional information, additional ideas. So that was there. So I don't. But
Yeah,
if
but
that's what you go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, but we didn't do majority of the different tasks. And
Hmm.
even though we had an idea of what we were supposed to do, it still wasn't like
Well, that
kind
was
of like
because of a number of different reasons. Because of like timeline and stuff like that, like the spirit week and all of that. But okay, thank you. Um, I'll ask Bradley two questions as well. So Bradley, as
One
the
second, Brianna. Just
go
to
ahead.
remind everyone that it's a question and answer, not a discussion. So please, when Brianna asks her question, and the candidates answer. If you have a follow up, sure, but question and answer. Okay.
Okay. So Bradley, my question to you is,
Yes.
as the well, you were also a part of my committee and you were mainly in charge of dues collection. So, as the treasurer, if you get the position, what would you do better in the post? Because whilst you did well as the dues collector, yes, I think you could have done better. So, what is it as the upcoming treasurer would you do differently to ensure that dues were collected more regularly and stuff like that? That's my question to you.
Well, to mitigate that, I could be more proactive in giving dues. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
I could be more proactive in giving dues um, before like any activity has been like done in the club. More than like say late, late in the club, I would ask for dues, and I could also carry myself better in asking for dues. Like maybe we could have more incentives in like so you could persuade people in giving more dues and so.
Okay. And what is one system that you think you could implement to make it better as well? Like make dues collection better as well as that system could also make the whole recording of transactions and stuff better. What's one system you think you could implement? That would be my final question.
Well, seeing that I was a part of the fundraising committee and like I was responsible for like organizing data collection basically. I could like carry my device to record the news more faster, remind people that these funds go to each activities that the clubs wants to do. And yeah, basically that.
Okay, okay. Thank you again very much, guys, and I wish you both all the best. You guys have some good qualities, and I feel like if either of you become the treasurer, you either of you will do very well. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Over to Brandon or Jamila.
Thank you, Brianna. Guys, keep the questions and the answers as clean as possible. Remember, Q&A, not a discussion. Please go over. Brandon, you're up with your questions.
All right. Afternoon, everyone. Well, before I start question, I just want to say thank you, Kenilia and Bradley, for because we worked together this semester. You were part of the fundraising committee and you did an excellent job. And I wish you guys all the best and you're upcoming in the election right now. All right. So my first question well, to both of you. So I'll start with Bradley first. Is can you describe your approach in creating and maintaining a budget for the club? Like, how would you go about creating a budget, seeing like you have a fundraiser coming up and you need money to for the fundraiser and budgeting it and how much profit you will end up getting in the long run? How would you go about that?
Uh, a probably simple financial rule is like the 50-30-20 rule, and like 50% would be like what you would need um, to carry out the activity. 30% what you would can put down in case, and 20% is the savings that can be leveraged to other activities if we get any savings that the budget can stretch out to. And like use charts and spreadsheets, so like current data, so you can analyze it and make inferences and so on and so forth.
All right. On to you, Kenida. Same question.
Can
Do
you
you
please
wish me
repeat it?
to repeat?
Yes.
Okay. Um, can you describe your approach in creating and maintaining a budget for the club, like in terms of having a fundraiser and getting profits? Like, how would you budget so that there's not too much expenses?
Alright, so if I'm creating a budget for the fundraiser, so first we would have to determine the amount of money that we have to know how much money we would have to spend, because it doesn't make sense the fundraiser would cost like 100K if you only have 50. And we would also have to know where we can get like the different things needed for the fundraiser, and where we can get it at the most affordable rate, and if we can get some things to guard. And then we'd have to look at the profits. So if we're not getting like a 20% profit, then it wouldn't make sense. So we'd use the things that you want to use in the fundraiser to create the budget.
All right. Okay. One more question, and it's to the both of you. Speaking from experience, and I'm sure Brianna can say same. The treasury role, it takes a like a lot of time. So how do you guys believe um you can basically balance schoolwork and probably if you work and then do treasury matters? Because a lot of stuff will come up automatically without fundraising and then buying merchandise, and you have to go on the road and come back to school and then give them out, and then you have to find people who need to pay for certain stuff. So how would you believe do you believe you have the right time management to go about that? And can you give me any reasons why a person like me should vote for you?
So, Bradley, want to go first?
Ladies first.
All right. So this isn't wouldn't be the first time having an exec position. In high school, I had 3 exec position, and I was in maybe 7 clubs, and I was on different teams, and I still found the time to do it. So over the years, you just have to find what works for you and what's important and not important, so you can allocate your time wisely.
Okay. Can I answer? My answer? All right.
Yeah, you
All
next,
right.
Bradley.
Okay. So seeing that this is prospective in my first executive role, I'll obviously need to find the time. It just based on what goes in day to day to routine my academics and responsibility prospectively, and how to manage that, and how like to deal with that in the most efficient manner. Say like I'll more than likely deal with the rules of the club first, and so I have time for my academics because that takes a lot. They don't really want to have the club work intertwined with the academic work. So I'll deal with the matters of the club first. So, thank you.
All right, that's the last
Thank
question from me. Sorry, just before Jamil. That's the last question from me, but again, I just want to thank you guys because the semester did rough, I'm not gonna lie, and we did want the help, and I thank you guys for committing your time in helping us.
You're welcome.
Back to you, Jamil.
All right, all right. Can you guys do me a favor? Right. Just list some of the activities or some of the plans that you have in place for the club. Remind me of what you said.
Oh, I would go for it.
Sure, Kenny. Yeah.
So we could sell club merches. We could have more club merch. So you have like the water bottle with the logo on it, and we can have like laptop stickers and the hats, etc. And we could also continue our social sale because that did well and it's very easy to plan and execute. And we can have the movie night, we can have socials, we can do sip and paint and maybe a car wash.
Okay. Bradley.
Uh, my manifesto is mostly deal with curbing dues after fee, but can like Kenny said, um slushies and selling goods, treats and so um giving membership membership points to people pay their dues on time and regularly, and yeah, that's about it.
My question to you, Kenny, is I hear some of the stuff that you would like to do. How do you intend to implement them in such a way that it gains the company society profits? Or how do you intend to make sure that this event is a success? You mentioned a car wash. How would you go about planning this event and executing it?
So it could be done maybe on a weekend, and we can get the members to do it, and it could be done places on UWI where we'd have access to water. So we'd get the water from UWI and like the soap, etc. I don't think that's expensive. And we'd have the
Repeat,
proper,
please.
what did you say?
Repeat, please. Can you articulate a little louder for me, please?
Sorry. So it could be done on, we could find a place to do it at UWI. And the thing that we need to do is like buy maybe the soap and the rags, and that's not expensive. And with the proper advertisement, I think we can attract a lot of persons.
Bradley, you mentioned about dues and that. So while you collected dues, we didn't see much persons collecting dues this year. How would you increase or encourage persons to participate or purchase club merch or any activities that the fundraising committee may have planned?
Mm, our guess is to approach him in a manner, an amicable manner, um, so that they'll be influenced to give their dues. And as I said before, remind them that everything that happens in the club comes at a cost, and if they are as passionate about the club as me, that they can help the cause.
I have about two more questions actually. Cornelia, you mentioned that you were on the executive committee in your high school. While I understand your experience, I'm not sure, but you may agree with me being on the committee that while being a part of the UWI Actual Society or the society at the university level and a society such as UWI,
I'm not
how
sure
do you
what you're
think?
saying. Can you please start over?
Mhm. I'm saying that you
Right.
mentioned that you have had experience from high school, hence you have, yeah, you basically say you had experience from high school, but this is now, we are now at the university level. The UE Actual Society is a club that goes above and beyond to make sure that we participate and show club spirit wherever we go and maximize the branding of our club and the persons that are inside of it, or society or family. How do you, what would you have taken from what you have learned being on the committee and what you have learned from that role? How do you think that would assist you in being the treasurer? I don't think I have my question right. Hmm.
All right. So I
Do you
do
think,
agree
sorry,
that it's,
basically, do you think the experience that you have had from high school is enough for you to carry out the role?
so I do agree that it's not the same. We're now at university level.
Is it on my end or is Cornelia frozen? Anyone else on can respond?
I think she's frozen. Oh, she's.
Sure. Can you hear me now? My internet just went.
Yes, Cornelia, go ahead.
Alright, so and it's going away again. So I do agree it's very different, the high school and university level, but the high school would have, my exact positions in high school would have some though, would have helped me and prepared me for the one now. So I would build on my skills that I had since high school.
How do you intend to do so? Seeing that you have experienced that role and you have been on the committee.
Somebody said I'm freezing. Yeah, please repeat the question.
How do you intend to do so? How do you intend to build on what you have learned from high school and learned on the fundraising committee? I believe Kenny, you're here right now. I believe you're still freezing.
Am I still freezing?
No, go ahead. Go ahead on. Go ahead.
So, anyways, how would I build on it? So I still have the skills from high school and the fundraising committee. And I can always, with the new experience, I would have learned new things and I would have like gotten rid of some of the old things that I did. So something that would have worked in high school would probably no longer work in university. So I have to change that approach. And with every exec position, every leadership position, we'll always have to learn, and we're not always going to know what we're doing. Like everything, we're always having to learn. So.
Okay, thank you. As the treasurer and assistant treasurer, you will be responsible for funds. As treasurer, you will have access to the club accounts, meaning that there are certain duties that you'll have to allocate funds to. How do you think, what is the best way you think it will be to allocate funds to our different tasks, such as money to increase fundraising, money for club activities, or money for the other activities that we do outside of club meetings on a day-to-day basis? This goes to
I
both
can't
candidates. Bradley, you could
wait
go
or
first.
repeat what you just said.
As
Repeat again.
treasurer, you are responsible for club funds that you will have access to club funds, club accounts. How do you think is the best way to allocate funds efficiently for the different tasks that the treasurer are responsible for? Dues or to give away prizes in clubs, for fundraising, for the day-to-day activities such as EAC activities that we may have to spend additional costs on. How would you allocate those funds efficiently?
Uh, Firstly, I would highlight each task, or in this case, each activity with order of importance. Um, the ones that are urgent, uh, put in a specific color. Ones that can be done at later, but not far off at a specific time, and then uh, check them off. And as I said, I'll make sure to handle the tasks of the club first and foremost before I do anything else regarding other things.
Amelia?
So I agree what Bradley said that we should do them in order of importance, and if it can be pushed to a later date when we would have done our fundraising activities and have more money, then it could have been done. And it would be important for like would need money for the EAC, so they would submit like their ideas and the money that they plan to like use, so we would have an idea of how much money we would spend throughout the year.
Okay.
So we would know how to budget the money and if it can be done now or later.
I'm sorry to be asking you guys so many questions, but the questions just keep coming. I'm probably not giving them correctly, but they keep coming. There is one thing that I did not hear any of you guys mention: sponsorships. For our club and all the tasks, I think Brianna is still on. She can tell you that we do require a lot of sponsorships. Is there any way that you think that you can get the attention of more sponsors and more support to the club for all the different activities that we do? We have a dinner
So I
coming up,
think it's
right? How, sorry, we have a dinner coming up. Give me a scenario in how you would have approached to get the sponsorship in time and efficiently for that dinner.
right. So for the dinner, I think it's very important to know where, to have an idea where we would get it from. Say, for example, Sagicor would have like, would be a company that usually gives out sponsorship. So we would go to them and we would like write letters to them. And it's important to do it from early so we'd have like an idea of how much sponsorship we'd have before the event and who's going to be the sponsorship and have enough time to get it.
Bradley,
I agree with mostly with Kanye that has said in regards to sponsorship. Write a professional and poiseful letter to them, and if the opportunity arises to maybe interview one of them, prepare yourself accordingly and for the questions that they'll ask, and tell them about how we plan to carry out this dinner, how much we need for this and that, and yeah, this kind.
I'm not hearing you, Jamila.
thank you for your answers. Yes, I was saying I have given a round of questions. The treasurers have given a round of questions as well. Thank you, treasurers, for joining. Continue watching and stuff in the comments and share your questions and
Okay.
feedback. We will now go to the comments to see what questions they have. Mikhail has asked, at Kenelia, as an event planner, what fundraising event did you spearhead and what did you learn from that experience that you would bring over into your role as treasurer?
So as the current event planner, uh, I didn't spearhead any fundraising events.
While you did not spearhead any fundraising event in high school?
In high school or no?
No, sorry. Sorry. Were there no events that you participate in or any integral events that you were part of a UAS this year?
For UAS,
Yes, as an event planner, as the event planner.
so we did plan some events, but the event that we got to do was the slushy sale.
Okay.
So I would have
Bradley.
started planning for that.
Oh, sorry, sorry, you were still answering. Sorry. My bad. Thank you, Kenya. Bradley, your question is, I believe you possibly had answered this already. What would be your approach to organizing fundraisers and how would you encourage persons to support these initiatives? I believe you did answer this question already. So, due to that, I have one question for both of you. Why UAS?
Why join the club overall? Or
Yes, why do you want to be a part of the exec? Why UAS?
well, seeing that unlike my fellow candidate that has experience in these executive fields, it would be great to like try something, step out of my comfort zone, and gain a new perspective on managing multiple tasks and things.
Thank you. Kenya?
So why UAS? So I love what the club has been doing so far, and I'm always learning and I'm always having fun with my fellow club members. And I think being a part of the exec would help me to become a better leader.
Okay.
Shocking.
Thank you both for answering our questions. All the best during this campaigning period and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I now turn to the comments. I feel like we have seen so many questions. We have seen the EAC, the PRO, the treasurer, and they have told us what they had to offer. How are you guys feeling? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling excited? How are you feeling about the debate so far? Why? Comments is dry. Dry. I tried. Up next, we have our secretaries. Our nominees for secretaries, please welcome Brianna Amore and Ashari Perry. We'll start off with Amore.
Good afternoon, just start. Hello? Okay, I'll just start.
Oh, good afternoon, sir. Yes, start.
Okay. Current UWIAS executive body, fellow candidates, esteemed UWIAS family, and those joining the live, good afternoon. My name is Brianna Amore, and I am eager to become your next secretary for the academic year 2024 to 2025. Now, if you're searching for someone who has motivation, is organized, receptive, and experienced, look no further. I will tell you why you should get more with Amore. Now am motivated. In these last 2 years with the Actuarial Society, I have been able to meet some wonderful people both in the society and the executive team who have displayed professionalism and dedication to their roles that has really acted as constant motivation for me to work and also strive to see excellence in the team. I'm also committed to continue this journey because I would love to be a part of the growth of this club because I must say we did a lot last year, but we can always do more. Oh, organized. Now, I could always say what I will do or what I want to do, but I feel like I should also talk about what has been done in the secretarial committee. Now, alongside with the general secretary, we have done small initiatives to assist the incoming exec, right? So some stuff that were done were alongside the vice president, we ensure that the Google account for our email will have space so that the upcoming exec will be able to upload their email, no, upload their documents and that stuff, and they'll be able to send out emails if there's space in the account. Whew. Okay. We also organized the folder so that the upcoming exec will be able to easily access the documents that we have done and use them as a template so that the workload will be much less on them because they can always look back on the stuff we have done and use it as a foundation. We also were able to add some new past papers and course materials in the Axi drive, finally. So we have stuff as current as 2023 past papers being uploaded to the drive so that students can use them to study and all of that. Right. So are receptive. I am very open to taking feedback and correction, because I always feel that we can always get people's perspective on stuff. I could see something in one way, you can see it in another way. So I'm always open to taking feedback. As the assistant secretary, I was able to get a lot of feedback from my general secretary, who was like a good mentor to me. So I feel like the stuff that I have learned, I can carry on when I become, well, not when, if I do become the general secretary. Last, we have E, experienced. Yes, I have acted as the secretary for multiple societies, clubs, organizations, but as I said before, I did work as the assistant secretary for UWIAS for 2023 to 2024. So many of the stuff that would be taught to become a secretary, I would have known some of these stuff already, because the secretarial and assistant secretarial portfolios are quite similar. So stuff like navigating the email, the Google Drive, the emailing system for the general emails, I'm already aware of these stuff. So they don't have to be taught to me again, because I'm already versed with them. While as the assistant secretary, I did many stuff, such as assisting in drafting sponsorship letters, proposals, invitations, and emails, and also helped in the creation of the master sheet and revising the house list. Some stuff I have done in the exec position was designing this jersey for 2022 to 2023, and also brought in the new club merch, the armbands. Now, there's one thing that I would love to bring in this year that was in the works, but it has not been done yet, but I would love for it to really be done next year, is the newsletter. Now, there's a lot. UAS has done so much this year. Like, even as a person in the exec that helped in most of these stuff, seeing it put down on paper, we had done so much stuff. Time? Okay. So simple stuff like I'm coming. So simple stuff like the John Robinson visit, the math fair, the street feeding, the beach cleanup, the tent city, homecoming, all of these stuff, the Grant the Wish initiative, all of these stuff, even us planning the annual dinner that hasn't been done in 3 years, a lot of persons aren't aware of this. So having the newsletter would be a good outlet to show the club members all that we have done in the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Brianna. Up next we'll have Miss Ashari Perry.
Okay, hello everyone. Good evening. So I'm going to start out by just telling you guys a bit about myself and just outlining some of my qualities. So above all, I do believe that I'm a very kind and caring person, and from high school, I've developed a passion for service. I value service, and this past year with AXA it's been nothing but that. Secondly, I am detail oriented. I am great at communicating, and I deem myself to be very creative. My dedication and ability to see more than just what is on the surface is plays an important role when it comes on to executive bodies as it relates to analysis and just making sure that the implementations that are put forward they're correct and they're applicable. Additionally, my positive attitude, I believe, makes it very easy to work with others and for others to work with me as well. Second thing I'll be doing is just outlining some implementations that I would like to suggest for the upcoming academic year with the club. First thing is I see where the point system is very good. It's a very good incentive, but I do believe that we can there are other ways that we can incentivize the concept a bit more, because it's great. It's a great initiative. So we can, for example, we can have like a chart where, let's say, back in, it might seem like a bit childish, but childish is fun sometimes. So you can like collect gold stars. We can have a chart with the members' names, and as the more points you get, then the more stars you have assigned. And then maybe like at the end of a month or the end of 2 weeks, like every 2 weeks, we can give a little present, a little gift to whoever is on the top of that leaderboard, that leadership board. The next thing I must say is, in relation to what Brianna just mentioned about the newsletter, the club Axai does a lot. It's crazy how much is done within the semester, within 2 semesters, and how well they are implemented. The activities, the amazing initiatives, Grant a Wish, that I just felt like that was so good. And then you have the street feeding programs and just lots of other things that happens during the 2 semesters. I believe we have enough to, even if it's not to make it so lengthy, like at the end of the semester we can say, have a newsletter for this semester, and the next semester we have another newsletter. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, I look forward to whether or not I am granted the opportunity to serve as your general secretary. I look forward to working with Axai for another exciting year. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashari. Where is my secretary? And where is my other candidate? Let's get into the Q&A. You may go, Ladonia. Hi.
All right, well done, both of you. I enjoyed serving with you both through the past academic year. Good job on what you have accomplished and with the speeches as well. I thoroughly enjoyed what you have presented. So my first question goes to Ashari. I'd like to ask you, what do you think you bring, what is your edge over Brianna Amore, seeing that she was already in an executive position? What do you think gives you that upper hand in becoming our general secretary, and just the skills that you think can enable you to serve better?
Okay. So as I mentioned before, I pay like very close attention to the smallest detail. And I do believe that it's a good skill to have, especially like as I said, being on an executive body. You're making decisions that doesn't only value you, but it values a society. So you have to ensure that that decision at the end of the day it's right and it's suitable for whatever circumstance may come like down the road. So it's for thinking. Then you don't just implement something for today. It can be implement something that can be applied later on and can be good in its application even later on.
Thank you, Ashari. And Brianna, my question to you is, what is something that was done through the last year that you want to improve on? Besides the newsletter, like, what do you think you can improve on, and what do you think you want to introduce? Or, what did I do that you want to do better, and what did I do that, you would want to, just put that down?
Okay, good afternoon. Thank you for that question. You worked as a very good general secretary, I must be very honest. But one thing I feel like we should have done was use up the secretarial committee more, aka Ashari, because the amount of work we did have was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. So I think that we should use up the secretarial committee much more this year to balance out the work, because all of us are going in third year. Life is gonna be hectic. So we need to use up the committee more. Yes. Was there another part to the question?
Really good answer.
Okay.
What do you want to also, just get rid of from the secretarial committee, or is there anything that you want to change with how it is run besides that?
Things I would see change, right? I don't really think there's much thing that can be changed, but more things that can be improved. So, for example, like writing up the a lot of messages, well, not messages, writing up a lot of letters where we're just changing the address and greetings. I feel like we should utilize mail merge. We did do it for the letters, but we can also implement it for the emails. So instead of writing up the emails separately, writing up 10 different emails separately, we can be more efficient. Yeah.
That is a really good answer. I appreciate you helping me with that as well. And thank you guys for your responses. No further questions from me.
Any questions from the audience? Again, just like the treasury position, I will be asking you guys just to relist the ideas or the initiatives you have planned for the club for the upcoming year.
Okay, I did mention the newsletter so that we could compile all the stuff that we have done to the year to show club members and non-club members what we have accomplished this year so that they can see the initiatives that we have done so it can attract members. I did not get to mention this because of the time, but we can also have resume writing sessions. A lot of us are going into the working world, and some of us, we write up a resume, but we do not know how to put our best foot forward on them. We do not showcase ourselves on resumes and cover letters. So having resume writing sessions that can be headed by our own alumni, because I feel like we should use the people who served in our clubs and are knowledgeable on those stuff to do resume writing sessions. Yeah.
Miss Perry?
And yeah, so my two implementations were in relation to what Brianna mentioned about the newsletter, and then I did mention trying to incentivize the concept of the point system a bit more. So like have a chart with all the members' names, and it would kind of be like, you're collecting gold stars for each point that you earn. So at the end of the month, whoever has the most points, or you're at the top of that leadership board, then you get a little present, a small gift, or even a recognition goes far. Sometimes there's this what would you say, a saying that Jamaicans like to use, that encouragement sweetens labor. So it would encourage healthy competition and motivate members to be more participative in the club. Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys. My question to you, as much as most of the questions have been asked, how will you manage school, your personal life, and the role of secretary? I can, for one, say that the secretarial role is a lot of work. There is so much to do. You will be called upon on several occasions. I don't know if on being on the committee, you have been called up a lot, Ashari, but I do know that Amor know that I've called Aldonia. There's a lot of letters to write, a lot of emails to send. How will you manage school and your role?
Okay, so yes, as the assistant secretary, it was a lot of work. I must be very honest. I did mention this before. Instead of trying to meet, instead of me telling you, oh, I'm gonna manage or anything, I think it's best, as I said before, to use up the secretarial committee so that the workload isn't as heavy on the secretary or the assistant secretary. So dividing up work would make it better for all of us, right? Also, I feel like because I was on a good committee, as in like people who understand you, I would be able to come to my general secretary and be like, hey, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I need help with this and that. So I feel like communication is very good. Do not take up everything on your head. Try to divide up the work, try to get help as much as possible. Thank you.
Perry?
Okay. Time management, I do believe, honestly, I wouldn't say I would say, sorry, Ladonia performed her job really well, because I wouldn't know like what's happening in the background. Like, she gets out everything in a timely manner, and I would really love to, keep that going. Messages are sent out, like emails are good. Most times she takes in the group and she's like, "What do you guys think about this?" And it's good. Like, she does it just like that. Um, I personally am still learning, especially with this major. I'm still learning to the whole time management thing. So I do hope that taking up this position and this initiative will help me to better grasp that concept of time management.
Also, as you have mentioned with Ladonia, and you have mentioned your time management, you don't only responsible for your self time management, but you are basically responsible in some way, shape, or form, other than me, for the time management and the organization of the club. There are times that Ladonia will, just like how she have her committee that she'll follow out instructions with. She has the executive group that she'll send the reminders out with. How would you manage or organize all the tasks and duties of the committee, of the society, and the committee itself, and all the events that we have to do? How do you plan on organizing all of that? Was the question understandable? Or would you like me to? Okay.
Yes. So
Can I go after? Okay, you can go first.
all right. So it's as you said, it's a committee, right? And you're never working alone. So, and on a committee, best believe it, just like in like your schoolwork, there's going to be somebody, you are going to have a weakness, or an area that you can improve on. So if I am probably a bit better at this area, you assign that person, assign the role to me, because there's always, so I pick you up in that area, and you pick up in other areas that you have your strength. So I think the what do you say, the distribution of the roles then among the committee can be done based on strengths and weaknesses, for sure.
Thank you, Ashari.
Okay. Let me see if I remember the question. Okay. One thing I did see what was implemented I would like to bring forward was the action plan. So what she did was, like, after our meetings, she would have a table with all of our responsibilities, and she would use that to hold us accountable. So she would have our responsibilities and be like, okay, this needs to be done by this time. This needs to be done by this time, so that we are flowing. We know that this needs to be done by this time, so that everything is not all at once coming down our necks and we're stressed out about it. So yeah, I think, yeah.
Why? What? Guys, this question, it just shows. It looked like the secretary was working. There's so much mention of you, Ladonia. That means you have done a very good job, and I am in agreement of it. Yes, a round of applause. I'm taking this time to give a round of applause. Are there, before I ask the wider family, Ladonia, do you have any comments, any further comments?
Well, as I had said before, I had a good committee working with. I appreciate both you, Ashari, and Brianna Moore, and I know that whoever gets the title of General Secretary, the club is in good hands. So continue to do all the good work, and all the best.
Thank you, Ladonia. Now to the rest of the fam on our YouTube. Does anyone have any questions for our secretarial candidates? UWIAS not stop say, nominate them, So I'm already confident in them. I have no questions. I just believe that they're going to do their job. That's the energy I'm getting, Any questions? Nothing at all that you would want to ask your candidates? No questions. Let me look if I miss out any. No questions. I have a question for you guys then. Why UWIAS? Why do you want to be our secretary?
Okay. All right. So for the last 2 years I've been in this club, I have loved the community in the club, and I've tried to contribute in any way I could to this community. And I would believe that being on the committee itself, being on the exec body, I can help out directly instead of being a member. So even though I'm in the secretarial role, I will try to contribute as much as possible, such as the club merchandise and the jersey. So yes, I would love to be on the executive body and contribute my secretarial. Let me say the sentence again. Yes. So because I believe I have the equipment and those stuff to be a good secretary, I would love to contribute to the club in that aspect. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's a great community. You know, most of the circulars that are sent around, you see, UAS fam, and it really is a family. And as I mentioned before, I enjoy serving, and what better place to do it than to do it with great people who have the same passion. So yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you guys. UAS, yes. We are the best. Yes. One Axai fam. Thank you, candidates. All the best in this election proceeding. All the best afterwards. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, we take a short intermission to show you a video. What it is about? I also would like to know. So please pay attention and tell me. Does anyone has an idea of what we are getting ready for? No come in and comment and tell me what I keep, man. Something is keeping, and I would like to know if we are ready for that event. Why? Family not seem ready at all. But just a reminder that the UWI Actuarial Society annual awards dinner is coming up. Do you believe you are getting an award? Do you believe your fellow Axai fam is getting an award? Do you want an environment to showcase all of the lovely stuff that Axai has been doing and all the members of the society has been doing? Tell me if you're ready for it. Me feel ready for it, but you have to tell me how you feel about it. Yeah, may I hear in the comments, money, awards dinner, the dinner. Guys, it look like why would I mention the dinner part? Nobody not mention the awards part. We love, see the Javon right there. So we love the food, we love the lunch. What is this question? The club has spare a school fee? Guys, wait a second. My screen freezing. Let's find out. Yes, where were we? I would love to know, I think this is the current assistant treasurer is asking. Do we have the funds to cover our school fee? I will send in mine gladly. I will apply. Is there a UWIAS scholarship amidst us? Who knows? Who knows? So remember to buy your tickets. Or in same one breakfast too. So is it an all day thing? Who knows? Up next, Can anybody tell me what position we have up next on our plate? Where are we? Who is up next? We are at the top two, our last two candidates. Are we ready? Are we ready for them? Ooh, the VPs are here. Okay, let's welcome our candidates for the position of Vice President, Miss Ladonia Henry. You may start, Ladonia.
Hello, everyone. Well, hello again. My name is Ladonia Henry, and I stand or sit before you today. I'm here with a deep sense of purpose and commitment to serve. And in the academic year that we're going through now, that is almost ended, I was the General Secretary, and I promised you all last year that I would come out with my A game, I would support all my executive members, and I am promising you the same again this year. Now, why me for VP? Well, first and foremost, I believe in collaboration and inclusivity. I love supporting people. My main purpose as vice president would be to support the president in the initiatives that we will be carrying out, providing feedback on what we can do better and the different tasks that we can assign and carry out. I am very committed to the UWI Actuarial Society. I love being a part of this community. I treat all of you all as my family members. I'm grateful to be here. And moreover, I bring to the table a wealth of experience and expertise that I believe will be invaluable in this role. Now, over the years, I have had the privilege to serve in various capacities. Alongside being the General Secretary for the UWIAS, I was the Secretary for a couple other organizations at church and held other leadership positions. Now, this speaks to my ability to serve, and each executive member from the 2023-2024 academic year can tell you that I'm very passionate about my role, and I am always supporting the other members as well. So, for everyone who wants a good, supportive, motivated, dedicated leader, vote Ladonia for Vice President. I'm humbled for the opportunity to serve you all, and I appreciate you all nominating me for this role, and I promise that I won't let you down as I've promised last year, and I will not break that promise. Thank you so much, and may we embark on this journey together with a shared sense of purpose so we can achieve higher heights with the UWIAS.
Thank you, Ladonia. We will now allow our current Vice President, Ms. Chanel Mundell, to ask you a question.
Hi, Ladonia. Hi, Chanel. Hey, so first of all, obviously I loved your speech, and I just want to say it has been an absolute pleasure of mine working with you as our secretary for this year. You have been nothing short of amazing, and I just know for sure that while in your role as vice president, you will simply be amazing as well. I'm not just have to start off by telling you that. So my question for you is, you're welcome. my question for you is, what specific experiences from your time as General Secretary do you believe could be enhanced to guarantee that you surpass your already excellent performance as a secretary and excel even further in the role of Vice President? It's a long question, but essentially what I'm asking is, what do you think you can um, be better at than be better at for the role as Vice President than you were for Secretary?
Okay, so one of the things that I want to improve on is the timeline of the activities that we have for the club. One thing that was recommended to us by one of our lecturers was to have a calendar of events for what we have planned. So in doing so, I will also be better able to remind our executive bodies about the different roles, different tasks that need to be completed, so we can have everything done in a timely manner and to the best of our ability as well. So, I'll stay up on top of the reminding things so we can have everything well done.
I have no doubt that you will. I only had one question. I know that you're going to do amazing in this role, and honestly, Ladonia, I think you are just going to be a star in this, and so you have my support completely.
Thank you, Shani.
You're welcome. And this goes for the other candidates as well, but Jamila, you can go ahead and continue doing what you're doing.
Okay, Ms. Henry. One of the responsibilities of the vice president is to be run the school initiative. This year we have gone on board and participated in school initiatives with the math department. What is your plan for our participation in school initiatives next for the upcoming year?
Well, if we can partner with the math department again, I believe that would be good, since we can pull together our resources to make that even better than previous years. But if we do not get the opportunity to partner with the math department, I believe we can go to a more rural school to be able to tell them more about the society and tell them more about the math department. Because as Khalil said earlier, actuarial science is not something that is well known about. So the school initiative will increase the education about the course and the math department on a whole. So I'll partner with the ESC, the treasurer, and the rest of our committee to make that a reality for this year.
Okay. As vice president, you are second in hand to the president. How will you try to, let's see how I would like to phrase this question. In what way do you intend, how can you be of support to the role of the president and be on hand in the case that the president may not be available? There are situations that you will have to, through emergency, you'll have to assist the president, or overall, in the general UAS running, the vice president should be the next assistant to the president. How do you intend to do that? Yeah, you know what I try to say. Yeah.
Yes. So
the day-to-day.
Yeah, so our president-elect is someone who I've worked with before in the Honorable Purple Dragons. So I have worked with her before, and it has been a seamless experience. You know me as somebody who is willing to give their support, to give assistance whenever it is needed. So in any capacity that I would have served in, vice president or otherwise, I would be available to take the mantle and lead whenever necessary. It's something that's built in. So, yes.
Yes, I was going to ask you about how would you support the other executive members, because that is also a role for you to support the rest of executives and assist them in their duties where they need assistance. But I believe you have answered the question.
Yeah. So even as secretary last year, whenever any committee needed help, I would render my assistance. It doesn't need to be from the president. Anybody asks for help. As long as I can, I will help.
Thank you. Before we ask you any further questions, because Ladonia, we ain't finished with you yet. You're running for the biggest, this second, well, one of the baddest, as all executive.
I'm not hearing you.
Yeah, same here.
I don't know how I went mute, guys. I don't know where I cut off. But I'm saying that as the second in hand, there is a lot more that we may want to ask you. We're not done with it yet. I will be moving to the comments. Any comments for our vice president candidate? Any questions for our vice president candidate? Let's go, people. Let's go. Mikhail has a question, and her question goes: how would you describe your leadership style, and how would you foster a positive environment among the exec and the club as a whole? Good question, Mikhail. Let's go, Ladonia.
Well, my leadership style, I don't know the exact word for it, but I would say that I'm more of a, I don't consider myself above anyone. I treat each person as an equal, and that comes off as, relating to each person in a like a joking way. It's never ever really serious around me. I get things done. I always follow up with people. But in terms of communication, I say things in the best way that I can to motivate people to try their hardest and just encourage them along the way. If they're not able to do something, then, we'll try to push it off. Don't try to force people or beat down on them. But in terms of a positive environment, I, as I said before, I like to say things in the most positive way. In terms of mistakes that can happen and will happen, as we're all humans, I try to seek the positive out of it. How can we learn from this? How can we move forward? How can we learn from that mistake and apply it to this resolution as well? So I'm more solution oriented, focus on my goals, and encourage all the other executive members to do the same and just to try their best.
Thank you. There's another question for you from Javon. It says, what's your plan to increase club turnout among our first year students?
Well, we have our tent city that we usually do. That's a good way to get them engaged from the get-go. But in terms of afterwards, how can we continue to rope them in? I would recommend going to the classes as was done by the Math Club to, promote the club, plan fun activities that they can also engage in, get their feedback on some stuff that they want to do. So we can not only plan for, things that second and third years would want to see, but also tailor our club meetings to something that they're interested in and will engage in as well.
Any other questions? Thank you guys from the comment section for your questions. Any other questions from the comments? I have another question for you, Ladonia. In any group, there can be situation arise. Oh, Khalil said to hire you already. I guess you're hired. In any exec or any group, there are situations who arise are issues that may occur. As vice president, there are situations that you may have to assist in mediating. In what ways would you do so?
Okay, so I'm a very unbiased person. I see situations as they are, right, wrong, in between. Two people can be right but are butting heads on that as well. I would talk to each person, or yes, each person involved. I would talk to them individually and get their points of views. If something don't make sense, I'm gonna tell them, so that don't make no sense. You are probably in the wrong, and you should think about what you're doing, how you can improve next time. And sometimes it's not really what was said that was wrong, but how it is said. So I would like to just talk to each person individually and encourage them to be mindful of how they say things or how they speak to other executive members. How, if it's a club matter, how we can move forward without intervention from higher people. So just try to be like level-headed and see the situation as it is rather than taking a side. And yeah, that's it.
How would you handle or mediate situations between club members? Let's say a club member comes to you and they have a problem with a fellow club member or an issue with a member of the exec. What would be your approach?
Well, the same thing applies. I have to hear both points of view. I can't go based on one person's opinion or whatever. So after I hear both parties' points of view, then I would try as best as possible to give them my advice on it, how we can move forward from there, try to identify what caused the situation in the first place so we can move on from there. And have them just come together and speak about it in a orderly manner.
As I am aware, you're Seventh-day Adventist. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes.
Yes. In the role of vice president, there are a lot of activities that the UWI Actuarial Society participates in, and it happens on any day. Sometimes it happens on a Saturday. How do you plan on approaching the different activities in respect while respecting your religious beliefs?
Well, that's the importance of the calendar as well. If we know what tasks need to be done, we plan in advance. I give my contribution in advance to the event so we can have proper planning and execution as well. So I ensure that everything is in place for those events prior to them happening. But as it relates to events that are occurring on the Sabbath, then I will support in my spirit. But the planning, I will give my 100% to that, so it will get done. And I'll also encourage all executive members to support our president as well, so should not be alone in those as well.
Thank you, Ladonia. Now, tell me, why UWIAS? Why the UWI Actuarial Society? Why should I vote you to be my vice president?
Well, I was talking about it earlier in my speech, but the UWIAS is truly a family. I genuinely appreciate each Brandon especially did something for me today that I am really grateful for, and I consider him a part of my family now. But society on a whole, it fosters growth for each member, and the things that we do are to help each person to get through this university experience. Actuarial science is a degree that will mad you if you're not careful. So having those people around you is really encouraging, it's really uplifting, and I appreciate it to help and mentor everyone as well.
Thank you, Ladonia. And if we have no further questions at this time, is there any further questions at this time for our Vice President-elect? I see none. Them say for hire, them say you angle it. Them say for just give her the job and done. So on that note, Ladonia, thank you very much for presenting your speech. Thank you for answering all our questions, and all the best. We look forward to see what you have to offer.
Yay! Good luck, Ladonia.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Up next is the final position, the role of president. Who will my successor be? Let's give it up for our only candidate, Miss Stephanie Williams. Hi, Steph. Feel free to start. Steph, I don't think we're hearing you. I'm not hearing you, boo. All right, is it me? I'm not hearing. Are you hearing? Stephanie, are you unmuted? Okay. My muted again, guys. While we wait on Stephanie, just here in the comments, let's share one thing that we have enjoyed about AXI, one thing that you like about UWIAS, or an experience that you will have this year that you just like to share with the wider community. Something you're participating in, something. Let's go, guys. If you can't hear me too, that means there's a problem. Let me know if you can hear me.
Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm so sorry about that.
Okay, it seems that our president candidate
So,
is
so
here.
sorry about that. Okay.
I hand
One
over to
side,
you, Stephanie.
Aksai. One side, Aksai. Aksai load. Special good afternoon to members of the executive board and to the precious members of the UWI Actuarial Society. It is with great enthusiasm and a deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you today to present my elect role of presidency for the UWI Actuarial Society. Allow me to begin by briefing you on the attributes of a bona fide and competent president for our society. The main role of the president encompasses the comprehensive management of the club, its members, and the coordination of executive board activities. This pivotal role requires my strong leadership skills, organizational prowess, reliability, and effective time management skills. My duties will include, but are most certainly not limited to, overseeing all projects and initiatives of the UE Actual Society, serving as the primary spokesperson and liaison in external matters, presiding over all executive board meetings, contributing innovative ideas to enhance club operations, maintaining open communication with the faculty advisor regarding club matters, and exhibiting a passionate dedication to the ongoing progress and advancement of the UE Actual Society. Furthermore, I intend to enhance the club's vibrancy and club spirit while also attracting new members from the wider school community. I implore each of you to examine my performance to guarantee that I am upholding my promise to you. With that being said, I envision a club that values inclusiveness and diversity. Our strength stems from our members' varying backgrounds, viewpoints, and experiences. As president, I will ensure that every member, both regular members and executive members, feel appreciated, respected, and empowered to contribute to our club's activities. By accepting diversity, we can enrich our club's culture while also fostering innovation and creativity. Additionally, club activities and inclusiveness will serve as a mental health regimen, especially during demanding and rigorous times in the semesters. I truly understand the value of professional and personal growth for our members. I will ensure that the club remains steadfast in its commitment in being a forum for learning, skill development, and networking, preparing us for success in our academic, professional, and personal lives. By investing in our members' growth and development, we not only improve their lives but also safeguard our club's legacy for future club members. My aim is to maintain the club's existing activities while infusing them with my own unique approach. in collaboration with the executive board members, of course. I'm committed to perpetuating the Society's annual events and celebrations. This encompasses organizing seminars where members gain valuable insights into the professional world from industry experts, offering executive exams, offering effective exam tips, and conducting fundraisers, recognizing the importance of financial resources for sustaining our society's operations. In addition, I plan to reignite club integration so that we are exposed to the culture of other clubs and learn something about their club while they're also learning about ours. For there is strength in unity. Ultimately, at the end of the year, honorary members will be awarded at the Society's annual awards dinner for their invaluable contribution to the Society. Before concluding, I wish to express my heartfelt appreciation to the current executive members for their dedicated efforts, both evident and behind the scenes, in sustaining our club throughout this academic year. As I step into the role of president, I am committed to carrying forward this legacy and striving to enhance the club's stature during my tenure. Thank you, Dragons, Knights, and Falcons, for gracing today's debates with their presence. I am grateful for this opportunity to share my vision and commitments for for the upcoming academic year as I take on the role of president of the UWI Actuarial family. Thank you.
Oh my God. You're finished. Give her an applause. Well said. Well said. And right on time. Right on time. Let's see what the comments are saying. Okay, Stephanie. I am going to allow last and previous years the questions are normally asked the same. However, I'm going to allow the current vice president to ask you a question. You can go ahead, Chenille.
Hi, Stephanie. That was a really, really good speech. It was so engaging from literally the start until the end. I really enjoyed it. And I especially like the part where you said falcons, dragons, and the other one. Okay, so I have two questions. My first one is, so as you know, the role as president will be a very demanding role, right? And so I just wanted to know, how do you plan on balancing both of them? Both your schoolwork and the obligations that you're going to have to meet as the president. And I also want to know, how do you plan on resolving differences that may arise between you and the executive body? Because they will come up. So I just want to ask you those
Thank
questions.
you, Chanel, for those questions. Okay, so to answer your first question, how will I balance my time effectively? So yes, I have my studies, this role, as well as steel pan, because I'm not going to drop steel pan. So I'm going to keep that up as well. So my role as presidency will not begin in September, but before that, in the late summer leading up to the nearing academic school year, or some may even say now. And I plan to create an outline of how we're going to plan and execute each meeting. Yes, that might not be the expected outcome as things do change, changes occur, unexpected occurrences occur every day. But just so that we have a plan and something that we're looking towards, that will surely help with planning, and especially when this semester becomes rigorous and everyone has assignments to do and they're putting the assignments above the role because they want to submit assignments and get good grades, study and get good grades. For our primary purpose here is to get our degree while also building on our other skills. And to answer your second question, which is how would I deal with like everyone getting flustered? Well, we're
Oh,
humans.
no, not
Oh,
that
yeah.
wasn't my question. Yeah, but that's okay. I was just asking, how do you plan on resolving any differences that may
Exactly.
arise between you and the rest of the exec body? Because I was saying that they're bound to happen. So
Okay.
that's how it is.
Okay, so how do we resolve differences? So we're humans, as I was saying before. So we're going to have different views on different topics. And it's just for us to find a common ground. So which and each person, how I plan to be a leader in the future for the role of presidency is the laissez-faire leadership style, which is what I've been practicing throughout my life so far, where members would have the freedom of stating their viewpoints on a specific topic or event or course. And with that, we come together as one to mesh everything together because that's how something grand is created. And so that it's not like a repeat of what happened the last time. Everyone coming together and creating something new that's truly what will I'll be doing, executing my role. Yes.
Okay, Steph. Just want to say, I know Jamel is going to talk right now, and I'm not sure if I'm going to have the opportunity to talk to you again in this fashion, but just want to say all the very best in your role as the president. I know you're going to do an amazing job. You did an amazing job as the captain of Purple Dragons, and you really championed that position. And I'm sure in my heart of hearts that you're going to do amazing in this one as well. So, all the very best. You have my support completely.
Thank you, Chanel.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Shanil, for joining us. Before I ask my question, I would like to know if there are any questions from the members. And while I wait, Stephanie, is it
Camilla.
a mere coincidence? It's two time you succeed, you know, from Purple Dragons to president of the UWI
President.
Actuarial Society. Okay, girl, I see you. Are there any questions for Stephanie? Okay, I'm nervous. I'm a bit nervous. Stephanie, the role of president comes with a lot. You're basically on call 24/7. By the way, 24/9, 34/10. Okay. You mentioned that you're a part of the steel pan, you're part of UWIAS, you have personal responsibilities as well as school. How do you intend to manage all these responsibilities together?
So, as I said with Chanel's question, for in respect to UAS, I'll create a timeline or a template before the school year starts so that we can follow that during the school year. And yes, changes may occur, but so that we have something to look forward to and we know what we have planned for this specific day, then that is what we will aim to execute on that day. And in general, I just have to take it one day at a time, one step at a time, and to balance the schoolwork and the steel pan because I am not letting that go. I really like it. And and yes, just taking it one day at a time. And not only that, but I'll have a great team. So who will be supportive? We'll be supporting each other. So that will just make it easier.
Okay. There is also a lot of documents for you to sign and a lot of things that you are in charge of and oversee. How will you look at documents and determine what is best that you would approve, what would you not approve, even in the case that it was a suggestion from members or executives?
Well, I will take into consideration every suggestion that is given to me, but not all suggestions will be answered because and so I will ensure that I read everything, go through everything, and if someone is really passionate about a certain initiative that they want the club to pursue, then I'll look into it, tell them to research more about it, even do some research myself so that I get my own understanding about it. Read the fine prints because there has to be something in writing for me to read. Read it, go through details, go through it with my executive board members as well, so that we come up with an agreement on whether or not we should execute this plan.
Okay, Stephanie, I'd also love to ask you. There will, as I said, and I believe Shaniel mentioned it, there will arise several issues within groups. And within the exec, best believe persons will have different opinions, different viewpoints. How will you mediate these issues? How do you think is the best solution to mediate these issues?
The best solution, I think, is let's let everybody calm down first. Because when things are heated, everyone is throwing not unexpected, but words that they don't mean during the heat of the discussion. So I would like let everyone just calm down, take a break, recuperate themselves, and then we come back to this discussion when everyone is calm and not as heated, and try to reconcile our differences.
If there are problems arising with yourself and other executive members or other club members, how would you handle such situation?
Can I ask what problems you're talking about?
Anything, let's say you have a different point of view, let's say you did not agree to something, let's say an argument arose, how would you
Okay,
deal
to
with that?
begin, I'm not the one to argue really. But yes, there'll be differences, as I stated earlier, and it's just for us to reconcile those differences. I might not agree with what, let's say, Jamila and I are having a conversation. I might not agree with what you're saying. You may not agree with what I'm saying. But it's eventually we will find a common ground between each other. So that's how I plan to settle that. We will find a common ground.
How well, what is your tolerance like? How well do you work under pressure and handle stress?
I'm very, very well under pressure.
And your tolerance to stress?
It is high, very high.
Great. What do you like about UAS?
What do I like about you? I just like that we're a family, as the group suggests. We're the UWIAS family. We're all connected. If we need help with anything, with the schoolwork or relating to the actual exams, you can just reach out in the group and someone will help us. Outside of schoolwork, if we're looking for jobs, we can speak to the members of the UWI Actuarial Society. We even being a part of the club, you gain discounts from the coaching actuaries. So even that being, it's just one big family and we all care for each other, look out for each other. Yes.
How is your reaction? Well, obviously, our reaction to positive feedback will be butterflies. How is your reaction to negative feedback? As a leader, there will definitely be negative feedback. Persons will have a problem with your leadership. Persons may have a problem with the club. Persons may have a problem with the membership list. They may have a problem during Spirit Week with the house. We know all these issues. How would you deal with such feedbacks or such comments?
So again, Jamila, you cannot please everyone. You won't be everybody's cup of tea. So so with that, I'll stay true to myself and carry out my responsibilities the best way I think I can, as well as taking constructive criticism from those who are have my best interests at heart. Yeah, because you can't please everyone. Not everyone will be in likeness of what you do.
Oh my gosh, Stephanie. What new initiatives or new plan? What have you seen in the club this year that you would like to improve and change on?
This year, I didn't see us doing any like integration with other clubs, and I would love to carry that forward into next year because we learn when you integrate with other clubs, you experience it's a new experience, and you get to also learn their culture and how they carry out their meetings. And as I said in my speech, like we'll learn from them, they'll learn from us, and I plan to do that within the faculty of science and technology and not just the math department. And it can also help us to get new members as well when members see how lovely the club is.
That is our next question. This year we have seen a high and low in membership. What ways do you think we can improve the membership and improve the publicity of our dearest UAS?
So that will start from Tent City. That happens annually. We'll go out there, the exec and myself, well, I'll be a part of the exec, would go out there to promote the club and kind of ensure that members come out to at least the first meeting so that they get a feel of what the club is like and encourage them to continue coming and also make them want to come, like make the meetings lively, make them inclusive, make them feel like connected as one so that they want to come, make the club feel welcoming so that persons are like on a Thursday at 2:30 p.m. it's time for Axai and not it's time to go home. And also with the club integration with the other clubs and societies of the faculty and maybe even beyond the faculty, through the club integration, as I said, we can probably attract members from there and put it out in the FSTGC group, like continue to share our posters so that other persons of the school community are coming to club.
I have one more. It's a very interesting question, actually. It goes back to leadership and being president. It can be the joyous thing, it can be, it carries it high and it low, and it carries positive feedback, it carries negative feedback. Yeah, it's just a whole bundle. It's just a little world, a little stuff to itself. Now, within the executive body, sometimes all of us are leaders. If it is a case that you have been undermined in your role or you feel that you're not being regarded in your role, how would you handle such a situation?
Well, if I feel like I'm not, if I feel like I'm being undermined in my role, that means that I'm not doing my role effectively, and it will be up to me to step up the plate and really delve into the responsibilities of my role as the president of the society.
No, Steph, this is your audience. This is now UEAS.
Mm.
Tell our people, tell our family why you for president. Yes, you're president elect, but just give us a little convincing, a little spirit, a little something. Give us something before we go.
Okay, before we go, before I answer your question, I just want to say thank you guys for all those who nominated me as president. Thank you so, so much. I didn't, and Jamila knows this, I didn't really see myself in this role in the beginning. But during this campaigning period, I'm getting more interested and more in the role. And to answer your question, why me for president? As I said in my little speech, I plan to upkeep the club's initiatives as well as put my own little unique twist to it. So for Spirit Week, mm,
Sorry, I
for
forgot my
Spirit
microphone.
Week, I plan to make some changes to or even adding a little bonus things into the whole week's festivities. And I also intend to. I also intend to just keep the upkeep of the club and especially to the vibrancy of the club as well. The club has always been known to be vibrant. You're a member of the UWIAS. You're smart. You're mathematically inclined. It's known that persons think that the club is for persons who do math because they hear Aksai, but that is definitely not the case. So I will try to break that stigma that not only persons who are a part of the math department can be a part of the club, like literally anyone. They can be doing history as your degree or your major, and you can be a part of the Youth Actuarial Society. So it'll be to definitely gain members from the wider school community, club integration, learn cultures, have fun with other clubs, and just make everyone feel inclusive and welcomed to be a part of the UWI Actuarial Society. Can't hear you.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Stephanie. I just want to say I am so proud of you. Thank you for taking up the mantle and the opportunity to do this role.
Thank
I believe
you.
that you will do great things. I believe that I am looking forward for the upcoming 2024-2025 exec to do great things. I expect the club to continue to grow. You know me, you will talk one away, but all the best. I am proud of all the candidates. Thank you again, all, for coming out. Oh, Stephanie? Yes, Stephanie. Thank you, girl. Bye,
Thank
Stephanie. Bye,
you.
bro. Bye, bro.
Bye.
Yes. So that was all our candidates, guys. That was everybody. I hope you see the people them where you want to work with. You see the persons that will be working on your behalf to serve you. Again, thank you to every single candidate, every person that ran, every person that put up their selves to lead this spectacular community that we have here, the UWIAS family. I appreciate you all and I wish you all the best in the running and all the best in the role. If you did not succeed in to become in that position, it's a learning opportunity and there will be plenty more ways in which you can serve the club and serve your community as a whole. Hi, Erin. Hi. Before we go, I just want to tell you about the voting process. So voting will open tomorrow at 9:00 a.m. and it will close at 3 p.m. sharp. There will be a platform that we'll be using called Election Body. At the start of the voting period, you will receive a notification in ways that you can go and vote for your candidates. So, guys, on the membership list, I am encouraging you and imploring you to make your voice heard. Go out, go vote, and let's serve. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Guys, thank everybody for coming. Thank you, UAS fams. Thank you for other viewers, all who are here. I wish you all the best on your exams upcoming. You guys got this. All the best, Erin. The math club president is in the house. All the best, Erin. Yes, we see you. Yeah. But I think it's about time I get off this live. Yes. Enjoy the rest of your day. One side, act side. Bye, y'all.